So a while ago, Borderlands 4 got announced, and I think even more recently, they've shown a bunch of gameplay. And while the game looks like a big step up from, Borderlands 3, like they've really listened to feedback, they've improved on, I guess, the dialogue and sort of the gameplay itself. I mean, it looks like Destiny, but that's fine. A big thing on deciding if I want to give Randy Pitchford my 70, 80, 90, whatever the hell they're asking for this game, it's probably too much. Big deciding point is the characters themselves. And so they just recently finally showed the last one. So I figured I'd wait until they were all available, and then we go through the gameplay overviews one by one, and see sort of who's interesting and see if anybody grabs my attention that I want to play. My typical history is playing as characters that summon other characters, First one is Mordecai. Second one was Axel. The third one is Flack. Who I think it was I think I played Jack typically in pre-sequel, or Wilhelm. I think it was the other guy's name. Typically, I enjoy having an ad with me. So let's see. So I think Vex is the Siren. She's the one that they've shown off the most in trailers. So I think this will be pretty standard, depending on which power they pick. Because I think they're doing the thing again where they have 3 individual powers. Like 3 skill trees instead of just one power that gets changed with the skill tree. It's 3 individual skill trees, and then each skill tree buffs that power. Oh, this has got copyrighted music probably, so you're probably not going to hear the game much. So remember, she's got the cat, and they're elemental cats. So Incarnate Death becomes her. So she gets a little ball, elemental ball it seems, and she can float around. Okay. Looks like it homes on there, unless that was a gun thing. So there's Corrosive Ball. She can create little clones of herself that I assume shoot elemental, right? Or maybe it's just different versions. There's the gun, there's the cat here, and then there's the Reaper version. Unless the cat is its own version, while the Reaper is... I think that's what it is. The cat is its own version, and that changes elemental, and then you've got the Reaper her slash shooty ones of her. I think those are her 3 different abilities then. Cat is physical enough to eat things. And I know you can pet it. So yeah, different elementals. I assume that was an electricity or a shock one. So that looked like from a dead guy you could summon. So you summon the normal one, the normal clone, and then from here it looks like another one gets summoned from the dead corpse. Okay. So that could get really out of hand if there's a bunch of like smaller enemies, like around a big boss. I wonder if that's just a melee instead of an ability thing. Think off. Cool. Okay. Interesting. I don't know if she's exactly the class I'd like. And then obviously here's your drop 5 billion for the super ooper duper deluxe. Randy Pitchford will come and shake your hand for buying his next yacht. And then you have skins. Cool. Yeah, I can't say she's super interesting, but I could see myself playing her. Rafa, I think, was the next one that they showed off in the gameplay stuff. He's got like the special suit, but I don't remember anything the suit does. Rafa. Okay, so he's got metal blades running around melee with. Again, you're probably not hearing the game, like, at all. If you're not, I've got other music playing. So the different blades with the different elementals. So we got corrosive there. So he's got cannons on his back that'll auto... Oh, and turrets. Okay. Well, that definitely fits in with my typical playstyle. And then he's got a big gun. A big melting gun. Yikes. Okay. I think everybody's got that grapple hook, right? And then obviously it shoots different types of corrosive. That's just the normal weapon you can have. Are they going to show off a big boss in each one of them? I wonder if each character has like a story type of boss. And then obligatory, give them your money. Oh, okay, so the pre-order is only one Vault Hunter skin. So I guess it's for everybody. Everybody has a one Vault Hunter skin specifically for them. So I gotta admit, not as... The gameplay trailer itself wasn't as exciting, I think. There's, So this version of his ability seems to be... You got the guns, and you can set out a turret. I wonder if you can do different stuff. That's kind of... That's pretty good, this gore here. That's pretty good. I apologize for the coughing. I am trying to turn away while I do it. I was sick like last month, and of course it just the cough won't go away. All right, next is Amon. Initially, I was thinking he'd probably end up being the character I'd play as. He looks like the big bruiser, but we'll see. I have no idea what these last two people could possibly be doing. Yeah, this is the gameplay overview. Okay.
I want it! I want it! I want it! I want it! Rejection!
They've tried shoving more of the humor into these trailers, I've noticed. Okay, Viking.
Why will nobody play with me?
So he's got the axes, I guess, which different elemental types, right? You could probably change what they are, depending on what you're fighting. So they're just throwable, I guess, things. One of them is the shield, with what looks like a flail and a javelin. Interesting. Okay, you can also summon a big sword. Probably, I assume, again, everything is elemental, right? What's his last one, though? Or, I guess that... Oh, here we go. Big punch. Elemental big punch. Rocket punch. Although, I think the whip thing is actually not unique to one of his abilities. Because he's doing it here despite having the punch fist. So...
Was this the loud ending you wanted?
Actually, he looks the least interesting so far. Oh, he can throw the shield at some point? Is that what I just saw there? He's got a big axe at some point, too? Well, okay, so he's got a big double-hand axe instead of the just throw them, yeet them. Yeah, I gotta admit, not as interesting as I was kind of thought. Because when I was like looking at the characters, I was like, oh, this looks interesting, you know, aesthetically wise. But yeah, if his abilities are just throwing elemental axes, big shield, which has got to have something else with it, right? I don't know. Maybe the shield is built in, right? And he's got different weapons depending on what subtype he's using, maybe? I'm not sure. Is there like a website or something I can read up on? Skill tree. Oh my god. Okay, this changes everything. Action skills. Onslaught, Calamity skill tree. Amon overloads his Forge Fist, gaining constant shield regeneration, bonus incendiary damage with guns, and increased movement speed. And then he does a big rocket punch. Scourge equips a Forge Shield that absorbs all frontal damage. Whenever the Vengeance meter is filled, Forge Shield provides damage reduction instead. Vengeance drains. So it's literally just a shield. That's kind of boring. Crucible is the axes, right? Charge skill 3, Amon readies Forge axes that can be thrown and picked up off the ground or refund cooldown. You can throw a Flame Axe, increasing melee damage, or a Frost Axe, doing cryo. Oh, so they're not elemental. Enemies damaged by Forge Axes are primed for a duration, will detonate when they die or are damaged. Oh, okay, so like a big explosion. I'm not going to read these individually. Okay, I can't even read them. Oh, I can. No, I'm not. not right now. That's okay. That's fine. Hold on, let me go to the other two Vault Hunters then, so we can get more specifics on what their abilities are. Action skill. Charge 3. Spawn a Phase Clone minion, choosing Spectre or Reaper. So what I had, Phase Clones lose an ever-amounting health per second, and their damage type matches Vex's current attunement. Okay. You can spawn a Reaper that taunts enemies and deals melee damage, or a Spectre that deals gun damage. Incarnate is a big phase explosion when you activate the ability, so like that Like when Lilith would come out of her walking, dealing damage to nearby enemies and slowly restoring her health. That's nice. While active, Vex can use Eldritch Blast and gains increased movement speed. The blast is the hand beam. Dealing gun damage reduces dealing damage to nearby. So it doesn't look like it's an elemental thing, though. And the familiar, her minion Trouble. When killed, Trouble will respawn after a cooldown. Press the action skill to teleport Trouble, dealing damage in an area. Trouble then transforms into a badass. Oh, that's nice. Fully restoring health and gaining increased damage for duration. I thought changes elemental. I feel like does, yeah. I think there's different augments for which one it can be. Okay. Now let's go back to Exo. Rafa, the Exo soldier there's. One sec. Figure it's easier if I just mute, actually. So he's got the lance, the offhand arm cannon that decreases Rafa's gun handling, but allows him to pierce shock ordnance blasts. Any unused charges when off his lance ends are converted to action skill cooldown. To fire a piercing shot. Okay. So these are the shoulder-mounted guns, and then dealing kinetic damage. Oh, he does not have a turret. That is just a other thing, I guess. Maybe it's somewhere in here, right? He's got a turret. Oh, fucking turret. Can also deal activate, cause them to disconnect from off and become a turret. Okay, so they jump off you and become turrets. Interesting. And then the blades for melee attacks, dash forward, unleash the spinny blade, spin to win. He's gonna take increased damage. I think all of them have some form of elemental, right? It's just not saying here. Anyway, let's see this last character. I assume she's tech gadget character, right? Okay. Bubbling enemies, like Maya.
Oh, satisfying. Yeah.
The Gravimancer.
Oh, I'm just getting started.
So big ball.
I'ma take it to the top. Oh, hell.
That you can nuke, okay. So slow down field, I guess? Which can freeze foes.
I am reborn.
And I guess Rez's allies potentially are there. And then Maya's bubble. Okay.
Who said science can't be fun?
Maya's bubble from 2, but that I guess probably gives you have a little bit more control over what's going on with them.
Stay right there.
You can even do it with multiple and big enemies. Interesting, guys. It seems like to some degree you were controlling it there, right? As opposed to it just going in a direction.
Totally worth it.
Alright, we're gonna get a big boss enemy at the end of hers. No. Kind of waiting for it to show up. Oh, we got the skins. They decided to show all the skins, which is the smarter idea. But I gotta admit, the skin is pretty uninteresting. I don't know why I'd want to pre-order for this skin. Or the drone skin, or the little robot. Alright, let's look at her abilities in here. Harlow. Action skill. Chrome Accelerator. Fires an unstable energy pocket from Harlow's Chrome Accelerator. The unstable energy pocket passes through enemies and deals cryo damage to all enemies it passes near. And then I can press the action button to cause it to explode and deal heavy radiation damage. Okay. It's like a slow bomb when you want it. 0 point, use to accelerator to place an enemy in stasis. It's just Maya's bubble from 2. You can dress it up as much as you want. It's Maya's bubble from 2. Pressing action skill, again, causes the enemy in stasis to be slammed into the ground in the direction Harlow is facing, increases a small explosion. I think that... So this is a combination of Maya's ability, which I think could also do explosion. But then I think of the Siren from 3, and she could do like a big slam with enemies that like you had grabbed up. So it sounds like a combination of those two. And then the Flux Generator. Harlow throws her Flux Generator in front of her, which projects an energy field dealing cryo damage over time and entangling enemies. Allies inside the energy field gain overshield. And then you can pick it up and toss it again. I gotta admit, the only one that seems that trait. Just let him use those enemies entangled. I gotta admit, the only one that seems it's literally in order of here. I think are people I'd be interested in, right? I think Vex more closely fits my playstyle, typically. Whether it be Dead Ringer, which I don't think I'd end up using. I'd use Phase Familiar. This is the one I'd end up using. Probably followed by Rafa and his cannons. I don't know. I just like having ads with me. It feels nice. I'm not alone. I've got friends. I swear, they're all playing with me. See the little ads, the little monkeys and everything. Overdrive. What is? Whenever Rafa activates an action skill, enters overdrive. While an action skill is active, overdrive's duration does not decrease. While overdrive is active, Rafa gains movement. Okay. What is hers? Phase Covenant. Vex is attuned to the elemental type of her current gun, converting all action skills and melee damage into that type. Oh, okay. So maybe it's just a her specific thing that cares about what your current type is. This is too much. I'm not reading this. Well, here comes the trouble would be the branch, right? Did this change depending on... It did. But yeah, this is a lot to read. I don't want to read this right now, especially for a reaction YouTube video. Out of curiosity, what are the prices? What do they decide on? So I'm going to do Steam. Let me do this the other way on Steam. Okay, so it's the normally $70, followed by 100 and then 130. What do you get? Bounty Pack Bundle, Firehawk, Fury. I think those are DLCs, right? Firehawk Fury weapon skin. Okay. Bounty Pack bundles for unique areas featuring new missions. That sounds like DLCs or like mini DLCs. There are new playable Vault Hunters. That's good. That's what I didn't remember if they were gonna go the 3 route where they just give people new abilities or if they actually release new characters. But that's good. So this Vault Hunter pack seems like it's worthwhile. But I don't think it's $130 worthwhile. I don't know. When does it come out? The 12th? I feel like something else comes out the 12th. I know Silk Song comes out the 4th. I feel like something else comes out around now. Around this date. I don't remember exactly. But, regardless, yeah. Vex seems to be the most interesting. Yeah, I don't know. The last two, I don't remember their names. Big Guy and other girl. Amon and Harlow. I don't know. Their abilities just don't seem that interesting or unique to me. Granted, I guess I'm just going for the familiar or something, but I don't know. It feels... I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. But yeah, if I get the game, I'll probably play Vex the Siren. Probably followed by Rafa. I'm kind of holding out hope though that some of the DLCs get kind of crazy with abilities. Kind of weird. Because otherwise, not too interesting. That's right, you have the different augments. I guess the augments are worth reading, as opposed to all these individual skills, right? Press and hold action skill to command Troll to explode himself, dealing ordnance damage to all nearby enemies and restoring health. Command skill, press and hold action to command Trouble to blink strike target enemies. Trouble now taunts enemies, making them more likely to target him. Command skill, press and hold action skill to command Trouble to chase charge target, dealing melee damage. Trouble now gains overshield whenever he deals damage. That's not bad. Trouble gains an elemental aura, dealing ordnance damage over time. Trouble gains a chance to critically hit with all attacks. That's pretty good. Just damage go up is always useful. Trouble now gains a chance to create an illusion near the enemy when dealing damage. Critical hits have double that chance. Illusions become badasses while phase familiar. Okay. So just more of him. You can create more of him. That seems really strong, especially if they become badasses and critical hits have double that chance. Right? Beast mode... Or critical hits have double chance for this to trigger, I bet, is what it is. So, like, you build a crit build on him, and he's summoning a bunch of little badasses, I guess. Beast mode. Command skill, press and hold action skill to command Trouble to enter beast mode, become immune to damage and gaining increased minion attack speed and movement speed for a duration. Trouble will now mark his current target, causing them to take increased gun damage from Vex. Oh, that's boring. Kill skill, when a marked enemy is killed, Trouble gains a stack of unsealed for duration, granting health regeneration increased damage, while Phase Familiar is active, unsealed effects are doubled. Yeah, I think if I do, I'd probably just want to branch to crit build him, right? Although it looks like you can build into all of them to some degree. And I imagine eventually they'll raise the level cap and you'll be able to keep putting in more points, making you even more broken. But it's probably going to be 50 the level cap at start. Cool. Well, I do wish the characters were a little more interesting with some of their abilities. I don't know. I feel not impressed or inspired when I look at any of them. Or like, hey, I could do something kind of crazy fun with this, right? I don't know. I don't want to be like back the old games, but I think of like Gage's mech and like all the different ways you could build that thing, right? Or Axel's turrets, right? I think there's like a nuke version. There's just an additional another one. I can't remember what the last one was. I don't know. I feel like the abilities just aren't as interesting. I think the most interesting ability ever was Claptrap, right? In pre-sequel, just because it was randomized what the fuck he'd do to you. But yeah, cool. Yeah, I might get the game on release. I might just wait probably for like a month or two for it to come out, because I imagine the game will come out with bugs and issues. So it might be worthwhile to just wait a bit. Also, depending on how it sells, it might immediately go on sale. So we'll see. But cool.